Well, guys, this is pretty cringe. I don't know what else to say about this one. It's just more evil from the Trump administration. And I say it's time for us to do a little bit of, obviously we're going to cover it, we're going to talk about it, but add a little silver lining to the situation. We're going to have some good goofs at the expense of Donald Trump and his fat ass and tiny penis. Now, for those who don't know, Donald Trump has decided that he would like to start threatening bombing runs and military invasion on American cities. Specifically, he has threatened it of Baltimore and Chicago as his next step in occupying cities with military after his occupation of DC. He is using the idea that these cities have high crime as justification to do this. He was asked if he would do the same for higher crime rate cities in red states such as Memphis, Tennessee, which for those of you guys that don't know, I believe Memphis, Tennessee has held the record since I was a kid for being the highest rate of murder, specifically murder, in all of the country. If not, it for a while held that record and is still pretty up there. Trump proceeded to say that no crime happens in Memphis and it's a low crime area. No matter how many times reporters corrected him that it's one of the highest murder rates or the highest murder rate in America, he refused to accept it and said he would not send military. We all know it's just because it's a red state, and that's all that really matters. This is all because these places are blue cities, and he wants to go after blue cities. Any justification he can give for it. It's always been crime has been their go-to, so why not use it this time around? Well, Trump has now announced that ICE will be beginning Operation Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago. President Donald Trump said he is expected to welcome European leaders to the White House early this week as his administration continues its efforts to end Russia's war against Ukraine. At the same time, the White House has ordered immigration enforcement in cities around the country. Trump began the week with an address on Monday morning at the Museum of the Bible in Washington. A White House spokesperson in a statement provided to ABC News said ICE's Operation Midway Blitz will make Illinois communities safer and is consistent with the Trump administration's commitment to arresting and deporting dangerous criminal illegal aliens. Including citizens, by the way. Gotta keep in mind, those dangerous criminal illegal aliens also include non-criminal American citizens. Good handful of them are also gonna get gotten this. That's just been the trend, so... that's just what you gotta accept if you're gonna have mass deportations, I guess. A whole lot of Americans are gonna get caught in it all, too. The White House's statement did not address ABC News' question to clarify whether National Guard or other military troops are being ordered to Chicago by the administration. For years, Democrat politicians... Wait, is this, For years, Democrat politicians looked the other way while criminal illegal aliens terrorized American communities, even embracing sanctuary policies to protect these sick criminals. No more. The Trump administration is committed to arresting and deporting these dangerous criminal illegal aliens, and Operation Midway Blitz, honoring Katie Abram, who was killed by a criminal illegal alien, will make Illinois communities safer, said Abigail Jackson, a White House spokeswoman, in a statement. The Pentagon's top two officials were in Puerto Rico on Monday, visiting with U.S. troops operating in a key area of the Trump administration's operations against South American drug cartels. Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, were greeted by Puerto Rico Governor Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, who posted photos of their arrival on her social media account after speaking to some U.S. military personnel at an undisclosed airstrip. They traveled to the USS Iwo Jima amphibious assault vessel, which is located off the southeast coast of Puerto Rico and carries MV-22 Ospreys, AV-8 Harrier jets, and 2,200 Marines. Well, that's pretty cool. That'd be a pretty neat thing to be able to go to. I'm not gonna lie. That low-key seems like the coolest part of being president. Because I'm pretty sure as president, you could just say at any given time,
"Alright, guys. Fire up Air Force One. I feel like going and touring a U.S. destroyer in international waters. Take me out there. Get me on a helicopter. I want to go tour a naval destroyer. I want to go shake the hands of all the Marines. It'll be
Like, I feel like that would be a pretty fun part of being president, right? Like, just say, fire up the helicopter. I want to go tour a U.S. naval destroyer. They can't say no. That's part of your job, is being able to just go tour military sites. You're the president. You're the commander-in-chief. You're allowed there, I'm pretty sure. I think you have to have, like, the Secret Service with you, and you can't be in an active battlefield, but, like, that still leaves a lot of places open where you can, just walk around and, like, I don't think there's much of anything off limits to you if you're the president on a military base. It just seems like it would be one of the coolest things to be president for, just to be able to go and explore all these places that would have been off limits to you, like, days before you were inaugurated. I feel like that would be one of the, like, biggest upsides to being president. Like, the first thing I would do if I was elected is, like, I'd want to go tour Area 51. I'd be like, get me on a helicopter, let's get to Area 51, I want to tour it. Like, get me there now. I gotta know. I gotta know. Like, I believe you guys that there's no aliens. I believe you guys, but I gotta know. The Pentagon's top 2 officials were in Puerto Rico on Monday visiting U.S. troops. We read that bit. The 3-ship USS Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group are some of the 8 vessels that have been made available to U.S. Southern Command for counter-cartel operations. The Iwo Jima and the other 2 ships are participating in an exercise off the coast of Puerto Rico. By the way, if you enjoy my content and want to help boost it in the algorithm, since the AI overlords YouTube recently replaced the algorithm with are way more strict than the previous system, where, like, we gotta get way more likes and comments for videos to not to bomb, frankly, much less to do normally or to even do well. So if you guys hit that like button and drop a comment, it really does help now more than ever. I really do appreciate it. And of course, consider subscribing as well if you haven't already. But let's get back into it. Reuters published a recent photo of a MQ-9 Reaper drone armed with Hellfire missiles as it taxied on a runway at the airport in Agadia, which is located on the western part of Puerto Rico. It is believed the boat, targeted by a U.S. airstrike last week in the Caribbean, may have been struck by a missile fired from a drone like the MQ-9 Reaper. The fuck? Are we about to go to war? Like, full on? Good God. And it gets worse, of course, because Donald Trump, I believe there was a post, if I'm not mistaken, of what Trump's, like, there was a big Department of War, as he now calls it, post, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can dig that up real fast. No, not that. As banger as my theme song is, not that. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Trump did a whole public speaking engagement about this, doubling down on his planned invasion of the city of Chicago, an American city, getting invaded by the President of the United States. What timeline is this again?
And there was also a horrible killing recently in Charlotte, where I talked about, and so many others, and we're going to get to the end of it. And, when you have horrible killings,
He forgot how to speak English. We're gonna get to the end of it. I think you meant get to the bottom of it, you fucking retard. I'm not even gonna, I'm going hard on Trump. I feel like bullying today. I feel like a bully today, so I'm just gonna say every mean thing that comes to mind about Trump. He's a fat retard, for starters. Like, we're just, I can't hold it back anymore, guys. He's a stupid pedophile piece of shit motherfucker. Like, what can I say? He's got a neck pussy. Like, you could fuck that neck.
we're going to get to the end of it. And, when you have horrible killings, you have to take horrible actions. And the actions that we take are nothing. This cashless bail started a wave in our country where a killer kills somebody and is out on the street.
Mind you, having the ability to pay bail so you can, not be in jail until your court date, like the idea that, getting bail, at all has to be, you have to have money in order to, be able to apply for bail. It's there's a very clear wealth disparity there. Trump is literally arguing bail must only be available to wealthy people. Trust me, guys, as a rich guy, I have your best interest in heart. Now, meanwhile, let's make it so you have to have bail money to get bail when arrested. This is totally good for you guys, trust.
By the afternoon. In many cases, going out and killing again, cashless bail, and you try and reason with people like in Chicago with the governor and the mayor, you try and reason with them, and it's like you're talking to a wall. It's just doesn't. I assume it's just a political ideology. They're not stupid people. Must be an ideology that's just buried in their head, and you can't do a damn thing about it. And we'd love to go into Chicago and straighten it out. You know, Washington, D.C., you'll be happy to know, is a free and safe zone. It's so safe right now. It was one of the most dangerous. Can you believe it?
America, home of the free, land of the brave, safest country on earth. Because there's just roaming squads of military everywhere. Yep. That's the America conservatives have said they've wanted all these years. All this time, conservatives have always been saying, we can't vote for the Democrats. They won't do authoritarianism. They won't get us into war with other countries. We gotta vote for the guy that'll do all those things. No, in reality, they said the Democrats will do everything Trump has been doing, said that those are the reasons why they have to vote for Trump and can't support a Democrat. And despite that, as Trump does those exact things, they defend those actions on principle, and they still defend, of course, their vote for Trump. It's as if every excuse they made up for why the Democrats were unelectable in their eyes were just excuses, just that. They weren't real reasons. Seems like a lot of these people kept their actual reasons for voting for Trump, a little secret. Like, they were lying about why they said they wanted to vote for Trump, whether it be the economy or grocery prices or whatever it is, jobs, or even just staying out of war. Because as Trump does all these things, there's still a large portion of those people, those same people, who say what Trump is doing is good and that they approve of him fully.
So, you see the beautiful buildings, but we're going to also do an upgrade because a lot of the beautiful buildings have a little graffiti on them. They have roads that aren't proper. They have medians that are bad and falling down into the road, the dividers.
So is he going to force, city planning, his city planning onto Chicago and D.C.? He literally is announcing he plans to take full federal control of these cities.
We have things that we have to take care of and beautify. We want to beautify. Very little work will be done. I'm very good at that. That's
beautify.
What I really did the best in life, probably. I said, was I a better builder or politician? They said, I think you were a better builder, sir. I said, I didn't know if I was happy about that or not.
I would agree with that. Donald Trump's real estate development has been a greater success than his presidency on an objective level. Also, the only time I've ever heard Donald Trump talk about a single thing, and he doesn't sound like he is woefully uneducated on the topic to the extent that he's just filling dead air with nonsense words so he doesn't sound stupid. The only time I've heard him talk about anything and not sound like a babbling retard is building development. Anytime he talks about real estate and construction on said real estate, he actually sounds like he knows a thing or two about it. He doesn't trip over himself and come up with filler words constantly or repeat himself nonstop to sound smart. He knows what he wants to say because he knows a thing or two about that topic, and he actually gets the point across, and it's a cognizant, followable line of logic, of dialogue. The only thing I've ever heard him talk about where he sounds like he's not retarded. Building. So I do agree with him on that one. He is a better builder than politician.
But I was a really good builder, and I'll fix this place up for peanuts. I'll fix it up. We'll put in new dividers. You ever notice they're all rotted.
Ironically, this might be one of the few good things Trump does. We'll see, though. He might completely fumble it like he's fumbled everything else.
Rusting and falling down on the road, potholes all over the place. We're going to have this place looking beautiful within 12 months. Even the little white tiles in the tunnels, you go through the tunnels and there's little white tiles that have been up for about 60 years and there's pieces missing. And you can't match them, believe me, you can't. You try and match them, it never works. You can't. They've been up 60 years. You don't get the same batch no matter what you do. But we'll take all those tiles off, and you're going to have beautiful white tile tunnels again, and everything's going to be really the way it should be.
Literally, the picture of Trump's presidency, make things look better without actually, substantially being any better, and that's all you got to do to keep the critical mass of people happy.
because when foreign leaders come, I had to take down the tents. We had over 58 tent cities that we took down right in the middle of our parks, right next to our great buildings, Supreme Court. You'd have a tent city right there, and nobody would ever tell them to do it. We had a blue tent right on Lafayette, and they seemed to have a permit. And one of the fake news media was asking me the other day, what about the blue tent? What blue tent? Because all the tents you got, somehow these people were very well connected with the communist cause.
What?
And I said, there's a tent up there? Really? Yeah. And he was a friendly reporter for a change. He said, it's terrible that the tent. I said, I didn't know that. I'm surprised. And I checked, and there was. And we got it down very quickly. It's down.
He's like, he found, imagine Donald Trump specifically has it out for you, just some one specific random homeless guy in a blue tent on the side of the road somewhere in DC. And you find out the president just got informed of your existence by a journalist, and now he wants to, quote unquote, deal with you. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck is this country anymore?
It's done. Wasn't easy. People chained themselves to a tree and this and that, but that's okay. They can chain themselves if they want. That was a tough one. That's been there for years. It's been there for many years. We took it down. Came down very quickly, Pam. So I hope Attorney General Bondi...
The tent came down very quickly. It was very impressive how fast they were able to take down the tent.
We'll be looking into some of these things, and I really know that some of them she's done such an incredible job. She's got a lot of pressure on her not to do these things by a certain group of people that I guess don't love our
Who is it, Donald? Who is it? Just say it. Say it, retard.
country, or there's some ideology that they're just indoctrinated with.
Say it, little
But
bitch.
she's going to do a fantastic
Come on, say it, pussy-ass little bitch boy. Come on. You're president. Just say it. Why are you afraid?
job, and we're waiting for a call from Chicago. We'll fix Chicago. And again, D.C. is right now so safe you can go out. Friends of mine called, one in particular, he's been in D.C. for a long time. And he said, I haven't gone out in 4 years for dinner with my wife. The restaurants were all closing because people were afraid, even if they were in the restaurant, it didn't matter. They were held up. Guys.
God damn. Like, I remember, like, how often I bring up that, like, your average, like, rural American has never so much as been to a place where the buildings are more than 3 stories tall. So, like, when they hear someone like this, especially the president, their president they voted for, say, every city in America, it's like, you go into, the restaurants are closing everywhere. If you go into the restaurants, you get held up and robbed. It's like, it's crime everywhere. The cities are burning down. Portland doesn't exist anymore. They believe it because none of them are ever going to go to Portland and realize, the city's still here. None of them are ever going to go to Chicago or DC and realize, you can leave your house and go to a restaurant without getting robbed. Meanwhile, restaurant attendance in DC is now down 40%. Ironically, yes, Donald Trump is currently using things that are his fault that have happened since he did what he did and claiming they were problems before he did that thing, and they were in fact the problems he did that thing to solve despite causing it. Yes, he is that shameless. No, none of us should be surprised. This is what he does. Donald Trump could shoot a dog in the street, or shoot a person in the street, let's make it full on, like his own example, kill someone, and then say, why did the Democrats do this? And every Republican who saw him do it would say, true, why'd the Democrats make Trump do this?
Guys would walk in with guns into a restaurant, and that's over. It's not happening. It's now safe. And this man said, I've gone out to dinner in the last week and a half 4 times. And I am so safe. My wife could meet me at the restaurant. She could walk by herself. There's zero threat. The National Guard working with the police, working with the mayor. The mayor has, that's not her ideology. And now I think it maybe is her ideology. She's taking
No, the mayor has fought Trump on every step of this.
a lot of heat, too, from the radical left. They don't like that she's allowing it. But look, she's going to either allow it or we'll just do it because, it's just...
Gotta clap. That's right, guys. No more American cities having governments No more American cities getting to decide what's best for them with voting. The president decides because, quote unquote, mandate of the people, I guess.
And she understands that. She understands that. But I can tell you the people of D.C. are thrilled. I have never had so many people. The other day I had a big scrum.
God, okay. Do I have to tell you that the exact opposite is what's true? That there are, like, record large protests against what Trump is doing? That, like, DC is seeing, like, restaurant attendance drop down 40%? That, like, no one's going to the store, no one's going to school, no one's going outside? That, like, the city is full of, like, armed soldiers and everyone is afraid? Like, the absolute dead opposite is the case, which is often true of anything Trump says.
In front of me of the press, and I said,
Trump is currently, as of yesterday, down 69, nice, points in D.C. So yeah, the population of D.C. has just lost a substantial amount of favorability towards Trump, and there wasn't a lot there to begin with.
Everybody here, or many of you, have been mugged, right? And they're all going like, and these aren't people necessarily on our side, they're all going, yes, yes, yes. What about you? Yes, it's true. I was a couple of times. Every one of them. It's crazy. Not going to happen anymore. So right now we went from one of the most, some people say the worst, the most violent city. Can you imagine?
Some people say, as in no one but you says it because it's objectively not the truth. And the data does not agree with what you're about to lie about, you retarded little fuckbag. God, I hate this little fucking orange sniveling piece of lying trash. Stop trying to fucking gaslight me, you fucking idiot. I actually read and follow the news. I know your stupid, fucking drooling, baby-brained retard supporters don't, but I do. And God, I cannot stand how often I have to sit here and watch this guy blatantly lie, tell these easily disprovable lies, and then watch as every fucking retard, drooling, butt-baby American falls for his nonsense. Or I have to deal with the fact that we see massive drops in his approval from people that we warned exactly this would happen. And it's like, yeah, you're fucking surprised now? Now you don't approve of him? Yeah, you're really, yeah. Yeah, we tried to tell you. We really did. Fuck you. I don't know, man. I'm triggered. I'm melting down a little bit, okay? Listen, getting gaslit like this, it sets something off in me, okay? It's not my favorite thing.
Imagine our capital being the most violent city, but it was really bad into a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone city. There's no crime. They said crime's...
It's called a safe zone city. Yeah, who calls it that, Trump? I'm curious. Who calls it that? Who specifically calls it that?
Down 87%. They said, no. It's more than 87%. Virtually nothing. And much...
Virtually nothing, a.k.a. literally not nothing.
Much lesser things that take place in the home they call crime. They'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime, see? So now...
All right. Well, our pedophile, wife-beating, rapist president has let us all know that he's full of shit and plans to invade more cities within the U.S. Let's just keep praying that he has a stroke or something like that. I think there's been a lot of rumors that he's already had a series of strokes. Let's just hope his fat fuck ass crunks out. Because, dude, I can't take any more of his, retard gaslighting. He's just... God. I'm getting fed up, alright? I know I'm a political content creator. I know Trump drives engagement within the political scene. But God, it's starting to get frustrating to deal with that little orange raisin man. It's frustrating, okay? Also, having to look at his face is rough because every time I look at his mouth, I think of Goatsy. If you know, you know. Okay, folks, now... If y'all enjoyed this segment, despite my colorful language, I'm sorry I crashed out a little on this one, though maybe that's what you guys needed these days, then consider leaving a like and a comment down below. Like I said, the YouTube overlords are quite evil these days. They have decided quite fervently that You have to reach a ridiculous standard of engagement to even have your videos not bomb, so consider hitting that like button, consider leaving a comment, and maybe even subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload new videos in the future. And of course, if you want to see more from me, then make sure to follow my social medias linked down below, particularly my fan Discord, as that is the main hub of my fan base and community, and on top of that, it's where I host gaming events, call-in streams, watch parties, and movie nights every week, every Friday. And finally, if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub to someone else on my website, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, thank you all so much for watching, as always, and have a good one.